this is called oil painting, right?
That's the title, oil painting.
As in catastrophic oil spill.
As in catastrophic Gulf BP oil spill. I made the painting in July while the spill was still going on. It's basically my reaction. I need to express something of my feelings about it instead of just fume, put it somewhere.
This is a statement that you're making.
Yeah, I mean, this particular is basically oil painting, but it's the BP spill. But it's not a new thing that I'm focusing on the subject matter in my painting. In fact, almost all of them deal with the destruction of the planet in certain ways. Even the paintings that they look just to be fun. It's up to the viewer, but I know I have a lot of, if I'm just celebrating nature, it's almost like my stance to believe that it will continue, a fight against the destruction. So in almost everything I do, even some of the other paintings in the past shows that look more pop, I have my feeling it's a celebration of pop, but it's also a warning about the dangers of consumerism and what it does to a world. So pretty much that is kind of like my main obsession.
I mean, are you an activist in the sense of environmental? Do you get involved with organizations? And
I did a few rainforest benefits in the late 80s, early 90s. Called Don't Bungle the Jungle. And we had some art shows and had concerts, and it was based on my firsthand witnessing of the rainforest destruction down in Brazil back in the 80s. When I first arrived there in '82, where my house is on the coastal rainforest. There's only 1% left of the original forest that used to go all the way over 1,000 miles from the north of Brazil all the way below Rio, and there's only 1% left, and that is actually where I am, that little bit of coastal rainforest. The reason there's only 1% left is because the population is pretty much on the coast. So while I was there in the 80s, I would look up in the hills, which were just thickly covered. I'd come back the next year, and there'd be like a huge swath just gone. And you could see the erosion, all the red earth and the earth falling down from the lack of roots. And then there'd be a scattering of cows on it. And the trees, the trunks, almost as wide as this room one year, and then you come back next year and they're gone. It's just burnt. And it's really horrific to have to see that. It was really shocking, and I tried to talk to the people that lived around there, and there didn't seem to be anybody seemed to think that it was any big deal. Their attitude was, there's so much more. They don't realize there isn't. Growing up in the 60s, when ecology movement was starting, we were taught all this about the population explosion and pollution, and it was all happening then. And the prediction of what would be unless we change was very strong back when I was a little kid. So I don't understand why here we are, almost 50 years later, and people are like, well, what are we going to do? Well, we know what we have to do. We have to change the way we do things. And I'm not saying I'm a saint or anything. I fly airplanes. I'll take a cab here, use petroleum. I'm part of the system. I'm very aware of it. Maybe that would be a difference. I wish I didn't have to be, and I don't have to be. I could go to Brazil and never leave there. We have solar energy, and I can live off the land. But I choose to be a part of this society and civilization. So I'm part of the problem as well.
Dropped out.
No, I'm just guilty. I'm part of the whole system. But I'm very aware of it.